Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. I'm your host, Joe Garcia, and today we're going to be joined by the infamous, the one and only, El Puro Pinche Exit 7, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Spurnandez. ¿Cómo estás?
Hey, muy bien, muy bien. You already know. That's Puro Pinche Exit 7, bro. Puro Pinche Marbach.
Puro Pinche Marbach, though. That's right, man. You're going to represent the show today. And you know what? It was a tough weekend for all the fucking fans over here that were Cowboy fans, UTSA fans, Pinche Astros fans. ¿Qué pasó?
Bro,
No,
the trifecta, dog.
no more Astros a la verga, so I got to do y'all like this, too. And that's including
Where's my boy
me.
Chris Leja?
I'm still wearing my gear. Even though the Cowboys se lo cagaron, I'm still wearing my gear.
Chris Leja.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, man? Bro. It was a rough fucking weekend for Cowboy fans, UTSA football fans, and especially pour some out from my Astros nation out there, brother. It was a rough weekend, man. What the fuck happened? Astros were still the top of the division. I fucking woke up. I look at the AL West standings. Y no, hombre, los Astros se lo cagaron, dude. They've been losing, and the freaking Rangers keep on winning. Now the Rangers are on the top of the AL West, dude. So it's like, damn. And they have a lead by 2 games, you know? So it is what it is, man.
Hey, life comes at you fast, dog. Life comes at you fast. We already know.
Yeah, and here's Christopher Leja already. He says, Monday, let's get it. Fucking terrible weekend in sports for me, except SAFC and Barcelona won.
Yeah,
there you go.
Man, I got that SAFC right here, bro. That Defend 210.
Yeah, Tim says, what good, Alamo podcast? What's up? I know he's Duke Blue Devils. So he's happy that they moved up.
Some Trey Jones action right there.
Yeah, they moved up in the standings. So we're talking about that. And Christopher Leja, nah. It's Puro Pinche Astros a la verga, dude. Keep that same energy.
How about them Longhorns, dog?
Dude.
How about them Longhorns?
How about those Colorado Buffaloes,
man? Oh, man. Bro. Yeah,
Prime
it
time,
was bound
dude.
to happen. Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen, but, man, you thought they'd put up a better fight than that, you know?
Yeah, man, that was pretty bad, bro. I mean,
yeah, they got USC next, dog. It don't get any easier. They got USC next.
No, it doesn't, man.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the weekend of NFL, football action here. It was not a good weekend for Cowboy fans, man. That's all I can say. And it also wasn't a good weekend for freaking Saints fans. You know, what happened with Jimenez? He couldn't make it today, And I'm like, all right.
Nowhere to be found, dog.
Nowhere to be found, doggy, because your Saints lost. I'm still here. I'm repping my gear. I'm still got my love for my team, I wasn't hiding. I was still there. I was here for it.
So well, I mean, the Saints were up. They were up 17-0, dog. They blew that, right? I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, it's a tough one for all the way around.
Yeah, the NFC East, Cowboy fans, man. Cowboys are still second in the NFC East behind the Eagles. Eagles are 2-0. They're still undefeated. Cowboys are 2-1. So are the Commanders, 2-1. And the Giants are still at the bottom of the division at 1-2. But I mean, it could have been worse, but it was not good for Cowboy Nation, bro. That was a poor showing from the boys last night, or yesterday, should I say, as they lose to the Cardinals, who are one of the worst teams in the NFL by a final score of 28-16. You could say a lot of things went wrong for the Cowboys, but I knew this was going to happen because I talked to my boy Brandon Medina as we were doing the Fantasy God show. And we went ahead and recorded that from 10:30 to 11:30. And he says, how are you feeling about the Cowboys? And I said, I still pick them to win. But I said, I think what's going to happen is that this is going to be a very close game. I said, the Cowboys are due for a letdown game. And I said, this is going to be the game.
Yeah,
and like clockwork.
Yeah, trap game.
Yeah, like clockwork, bro. Boom. Se lo cagaron. Los pinche Cowboys, that's all you can say. On this game, se lo cagaron. I knew this was going to happen, dude, because they've been having problems with the red zone. They can't score in the red zone. And when you can't score touchdowns, that's a problem. They were able to go ahead and beat some, not great teams. And the Giants, the Giants are showing kind of who they are. They beat the Jets, and everybody's thinking world beaters out here. And I said, don't fall for that nonsense, because they still can't capitalize in the red zone. Sure enough, here we come on Sunday. The Cowboys had several trips to the red zone. And what happened? They couldn't score a damn touchdown. Turns into field goals. Field goal after field goal after field goal. And not only that, poor play calling by Mike McCarthy. You couple that with penalties, and it was a recipe for disaster. And of course, it wouldn't be Cowboy football if Dak hadn't thrown a pick. And of course, like clockwork, what happens? You're going down there to the red zone once again. You can come away with the score, maybe close the gap a little bit. Throws a fucking pick, bro. I'm like, I knew it was going to happen. I watched this whole game, and I was pissed off like everybody else, but I knew this was a trap game. I freaking knew that from the get-go. What were your thoughts on this game, man? Was it the poor play calling? Was it the inability to score in the red zone? What were you thinking? You hear me, Spurnandez? I think he can't hear me. Oh man, he's having technical difficulties. So he'll come back in. But yeah, it was bad, man. And look, we'll put some of your comments up. Jason Garcia, NFC West is the kryptonite of the Cowboys. When the heck did Dobbs crawl out of the hole? Christopher Leha, this did play call at the end, passing instead of running, bro. Christopher Leha, he says the shit play call at the end, passing instead of running. He's probably talking about his Saints, bro.
Could be. Yeah, my bad, bro. I lost you a little bit, but
no, I said with the Cowboys, I was talking about their inability to not score
red zone. Yeah.
Plus, you combine that with, penalties. Yeah. And not only that, but poor play calling, by Mike McCarthy. In the red zone, the Cowboys were having a lot of luck running the ball versus passing the ball. They couldn't pass the ball because, credit to the Cardinals secondary, they were playing the Cowboys wide receivers, really tough. There was no place for Dak to throw. He had to run a couple times, go out there and get a first down. And, that was great and all. But why didn't they stick to the running game? You should have just pounded it into the Cardinals defense and wear out the defense. They kind of got away from what they were, I think, a little bit. I mean, what were your thoughts on this whole game here?
Yeah, man. No. You hit it all on the head, man. You couple the penalties with, the defense looked out of sync without Diggs. I will say that. I mean, I know he's huge, and I know, he's the heart and soul, but it really showed yesterday. They were, even Micah, man, they were running straight ahead, and Micah wasn't able to kind of do his thing on the edge. I think he got like one sack. And then, yeah, man, when they play with the lead, getting down to the red zone and just kicking field goals, it's not a problem. But when they were behind yesterday and they just couldn't do nothing in the red zone, man. I don't know. Is it a one-off shoot that it was just one of those days that's bound to happen? I mean, there's 17 games in the NFL. These are professional teams. I get it. The Cardinals are one of the worst teams, but they're professional NFL players, right? Is it a one-off day shoot? Maybe. Or is this really who they are, right? I guess it's like that Eminem, right? With a real Slim Shady stand up. Like, or is it the first 2 weeks the way they looked awesome? Or is this the real Cowboys? I think only time will tell. They got the Patriots next. So, this is going to be a pivotal game to see, who they really are. But yeah, that was just it was just a bad game all the way around, bro.
That's disappointing, and the haters are going to come out. The haters were enjoying the Cowboys' loss. Oh, y'all lost to the worst team in the NFL. Yeah, you know what? Some of y'all motherfuckers over here talking shit. Your team ain't even won a goddamn thing. Y'all need to sit the hell down. They're the ones that come out the most.
Listen, dog, that's why they're America's team, bro. I know people don't like hearing that, but because you're either going for them and you're rooting for them, or you hate them and you're still watching and hoping that they lose.
That means
so either way, that's what I'm saying. Like, so that is when it boils down to it. People talk about the whole America's team thing. That's why they're America's team, because you either love them or you hate them. And even if you hate them, you're still watching, you're still paying attention. They still have your attention. They still have you. They have you captivated, right? Whether you want them to win and you're going for them and you're fans like we are, or you hate them and you just can't wait to talk smack when they lose. Either way, you're there, you're watching, right? That's what Floyd Mayweather used to say. Floyd used to say, "Hey man, you either want me to win or want me to lose. Either way, you're paying to see me." So there's something there.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and share this as well, man. This is the rest of the games that occurred on Sunday. So if you were watching the full gamut of games on
froze
Sunday,
on me, bro.
Okay, well there you go. Every time I bring this thing to share the screen, this happens. So 49ers and Giants. Okay, the 49ers won that one 30-12. You had the Lions and the Falcons. I had the Lions winning, against the Falcons before the game even started. That happened 20-6. The Lions won. Chargers and Vikings, the battle of the winless.
That was a good game, actually. Yeah. The battle of the winless. That was a good one, man. They was coming down to the wire.
Yeah, it was. Well, the Chargers were just steady, man. They were scoring touchdowns. It's touchdowns every quarter. Touchdown.
Yeah.
The Vikings, they didn't score a touchdown in one of those quarters, man. They were scoring. They scored off a field goal, and I think that's kind of what hurt them. They didn't score. The Vikings didn't. They were scoreless in the first. Then in the second, they had a touchdown and a field goal. And third and fourth quarter, they did score, but the Chargers scored every single quarter, and they were all touchdowns. So they were able to execute a little bit better than the Vikings. But my boy, he's a huge Vikings fan, dude. Brandon Medina. I kind of made fun of him a little bit. I said, "What happened with your team? I want to talk about it. And then freaking Jimenez and his Saints.
Oh, Jimenez and Leja and Chris Leja. Hey. Again, man, most of our teams lost, right? But Saints were up 17-0, right? 17-0, they were up, and for the Packers to come back, my boy Dak, he's a Packers fan, so he Dakota, right? Campeche, he was excited about that win, but I mean,
I'm sharing some of the comments here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah.
So, Jimenez isn't here today, because I don't think he wanted that heat. He didn't want that heat.
Hey, bro, yeah. But I'll tell you what, man, that Dolphins, bro. 70, bro. That is wild, man.
And you saw Sean Payton after the game? That was how.
He wasn't, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was mad. He didn't want to take questions. He was just saying it was embarrassing loss, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little upset with the media, man. He wasn't too happy to field those questions.
Hey, man, and the freaking Texans, dude, they put it on the Jaguars 37-17, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then the Brownies, dude. This one, I didn't think the Browns would come out like this, man.
Yeah, they came out. Yeah,
Titans were going to have a better showing, man. It was Browns beat the Titans handedly. 27-3. Maybe Deshaun got a little massage before the game. I don't know.
He got a little love. He got a little love, man. He got a little love.
He had a little happy ending or something there, man. He came out and he was playing, dude. He was balling.
Hey, that's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah, then you had the Bills beating the Commanders handedly, 37-3, man. This was a good game too. The Colts and the Ravens. This one went.
Oh, that was a good game. That was a good one. I'll tell you, man. So that Justin Tucker field goal, man. At the end, it was I think a 61-yarder. I thought it went in. It looked like it was straight.
It looked good.
Man. It looked good, man. And I'm like, hook 'em horns, right? Justin Tucker, and it just barely dropped right before the crossbar.
Didn't have that power, good, bro.
But it just sailed down, bro. So that one was good. That Colts Ravens was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, Colts win 22-19. Patriots and Jets. This one, man, this game pissed me off, bro. This one was the first of my parlay, right? I had a parlay. The freaking Jets, they let me down, bro. I'm done with them. Yeah. I'm done with the Jets, man. They belong to the streets now. I'm not gonna bet with them no more. They're dead to me. They messed my parlay up again.
Give her back to the streets, dog.
Give her back to the streets, bro. I'm fucking done with the Jets, bro. They let me down too many times already. So the Patriots, they beat the Jets 15-10. And I was over there watching the game when I took my wife out. It was her birthday yesterday. So we're out there.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday
to
her.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Two Shots.
Yeah, she was wanting to go to some an Italian restaurant over there by the Rim. So I was out there and I was watching the game a little bit while we were getting ready to be seated. So I was keeping an eye on the game, and then even eating with her and everything in the family, and I was just keeping an eye on the game, and I was like, damn, dude. When they lost, I was like, man, that's it for my parlay. I'm done. Like, I got you for the rest of the day, girl. What you want to do? And then the Panthers and the Seahawks. That one was an entertaining game as well. Seahawks win 37-27.
Yeah.
Chiefs and Bears, bro.
Oh man. Chiefs weren't messing around. The Chiefs were getting it. You got T Swizzle in the house. You already know, right? You already know where this is going. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes, my homie, man. He took care of his boy. He said, "Hey, boy,
he did. They asked him about it after. Yeah,
I got you. Yeah. I got you, homie. You know." That's like, shout out to your wingman, bro.
That's a wingman, exactly. That's a wingman, bro. That's a good wingman for you right there, man.
Your boy.
He got Kelce in the end zone. You know, you got T Swizzle.
Hey, he got him in the end zone more than one occasion on that day.
Yeah. He's scoring. Yeah, he's scoring. Yeah, he's a tight end, but you know what I'm saying? He's scoring. There's my man. I like the look he gives. I saw this video.
Yeah,
I love
bro.
the quick little look he gives. Look at this guy. It's like you can interpret that many ways. But he's like like I love that. I love that.
What's up, bro?
That's how I look. That's how I look the first time Steph and I were hanging out. The first time I met up with Steph, man, that's exactly how I look, man.
You're like, ya sabes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's
going down. You know what's going down.
It's
cool, man. You know what? It's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting. Yeah. It's all good.
Travis Kelce, man, and Taylor Swift. They haven't officially said they're an item, but you don't have to say it, man. You just there at the game. You know, you're having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, she's up there with the mom.
They're with the mama. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Look at her. Look at her. Yeah.
Yes. She ain't getting excited like that for nothing. Facts. You know, and this is the one, dude. This is the one that got me.
Yeah. I saw that. She's hype, man. She is hype.
She's hype, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her. She's chest bumping people and everything, dude. Yeah, she knows what's about.
Yeah, you don't get that excited for nothing, bro.
No,
you don't get that excited for nothing.
Yeah, she knows. She knows what's up, dude.
It's interesting to see where this goes.
It is, man. I think everybody's enamored with this right now. You know what's going to be going down with Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift.
It's gonna be a badass breakup song. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, and the track is gonna be good.
Look at Chris Leja. He says, "I won't use car injury as an excuse. Shit play calling." He's talking about his Saints, dude. Dad, mira, Tim Gonzalez, a bit. Jimenez didn't show up because he wanted to pick a fight with our Kansas mascot. Oh, my miss, bro. He ain't a fighter, dude. He ain't a fighter, man. The greatest QB in the game from the Red Raiders.
Hey, like, listen, man, I'm not, I'm can't argue there for now. We'll see.
Look at Nick Matson. He says, it's all my wife could talk about. Taylor Swift. Travis.
See, now the wives that aren't involved in football, now they're getting involved, right? So this is helping on many levels, right? Yeah. Maybe now the wives that don't watch football are not involved. Now they're like, oh, honey, I heard about Taylor, right? So now they're getting involved, man. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it depends.
Hey, man, now they're going to be watching the Kansas City Chief games. That's what it's going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
I want to see if T Swift is there. Is she in the stands? I'm like, she was probably in between her concert tour and all that, and, you know, hey man, let me go ahead and check this out real quick. That was probably the only game she'll be there, gonna make for the year. Maybe one more, but I think that was it for her.
Yeah. I mean,
So let's go ahead and talk about SAFC, man. This was a big weekend for them. I know that you're wearing the gear already. You're sporting the gear.
Yep. SAFC.
We got to give them some love here. SAFC. The previous weekend when we were out there, I was out there with Chicana Fuerte. Steph was there. I was there with Chris Leja. Randy Rogers was there, mixing it up with some of the people. My boy, Jason Garcia, was out there. Gracious host, thanks for inviting. And thanks to Stuart Ransom as well, the 2-0 Alliance for having us out. We appreciate you.
Yeah. That was they're good people, man.
Yeah, man. That was it was a tie on that game. It was 3-3, SAFC still got the point though, And then this game, San Antonio FC versus Orange County SC. SAFC took care of business, man. 4-0 is what the final score was.
Yeah.
So that means that SAFC clinched, dude. So now they're the defending champs, and they made it into the playoffs, dude. There they go.
Yeah.
You know,
That's awesome.
USA.
Yeah, and so Steph was there the other day on Saturday, and it was a vibe. She said it was packed. Bunker was bunkering. Everybody was hyped up. She met one of the players, Hernandez. She took a picture with him. Everyone's enjoying the time out there. It was a good time, man. That's for San Antonio. That's definitely a bright spot for us right now, right? We don't have the Spurs season hasn't started yet. Most of us are Cowboys fans, right? And we're kind of up and down. But SAFC, that's a good team to get behind, man. And they're Puro. And those games are fun, man. If you haven't gone out to one of those games, it's a good time, right? The bunker's a good time. All the Necios and the Crocketeers, they put together an amazing tailgate. And yeah, Steph is a regular fixture there. So yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Jason, my boy Jason, he's saying, have you attended a match this season?
Me?
Yeah, he's asking you.
I have. Yeah. When I came out there for the Spurs day when they had the Spurs day, and Jeremy was there, and City Sissoko was there. Yeah, I was down there for that game. Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, man. So he has come out for a game, so. Hopefully you can make it for more. I know you're over in San Diego, dude, and it's hard, man, to come over here all the time. Hey, there's only so much feria to go around, and the Spurs says,
hey,
hey,
I'm out here in sunny San Diego. I think the weather is like 73 degrees right now, something like that. So it's kind of hard to leave here, but I'll be there. I'll be in San Antonio
in October.
Right? I'll be there for the first preseason Spurs game. Yep, the first preseason game, October 13th. And I'll be there for the home opener, October 25th also. So I'll be in town this month. So we'll catch up. If anyone's out there wants to catch up, we'll catch up. You'll definitely see me at the Steph and I at the Spurs game, the preseason and the home opener. So yeah, it'll be a good time.
No doubt. So let's go ahead and play a word here from one of our sponsors. We can give some love out here to my boy, Jeff Garcia of the Locked On Spurs podcast. So make sure you go and give Jeff a follow here on Twitter, and make sure you go and check out his YouTube channel. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, so make sure you go and check out our boy Jeff Garcia and his Locked On Spurs podcast. And like we said, you can go ahead and follow him on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So definitely make sure that they are your first listen each and every day. Jeff is going to be getting back to doing 5 days a week now, and I believe I'm going to be his next guest again. Be coming out probably either later on today or tomorrow. We'll put that episode out, so make sure you keep a lookout for that episode. So another thing we're going to talk about here, and we kind of mentioned it a little bit, pour some out for Astros fans. These are the latest standings, man. AL West. Look at that, man.
Rangers.
Got the Rangers at the top of the division porque los Astros.
I know Chris Leja is sick.
He's sick, dude. And you know what? The Astros se lo cagaron, dude. They've been losing.
They've been leading, right?
They were leading, but they were losing. They've lost several games in a row, and it's allowed the Rangers, who are hot right now and they're winning, to get hot at the right time. And lo and behold, man, they're leading the AL West right now, at the top of that division with 87 wins, 2 games in front of the Astros. And the Astros are 1 game in front of the Mariners. And the Astros and Mariners have a pivotal game tonight. And this one is one that the Astros have to have. So, again, this is going to be a great game. This is going to be one of those that the Astros, you can say this is a must win if they want to stay in it, because they're going to need to go ahead and keep winning in order to stay in the wild card race. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to catch the Rangers. We'll see, but hey, you got to start winning, man. You got to right the ship.
Yeah, they got to win. Yeah, they got to win these. That's the key, like you said, getting hot at the right time and coming into the fall is the time to get hot in baseball. So I know my boy John Dyer is happy about them Rangers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is. Well, he's been awfully quiet now. He's going to be all making that noise, you know. Yeah, where were you before, man? So there you go.
Dyer's always around, man. Dyer's always around. You know, he's low key sometimes, right? But Dyer's always around. He'll definitely make some noise.
Yeah. So shout out to all the Rangers fans out there. I know that we had a lot of back and forth between Rangers and Astros, Rangers and Astros.
It's always fun.
It's always fun. Always fun to see all that going on. And now, once again, you have the Rangers at the top of the division. It was not a good weekend for UTSA football, man. I got to say, they were going up against Tennessee. This is one of the biggest paydays that UTSA has had. I believe they got paid a little over $1 million for this game.
Yeah,
1.6 million,
something like that. 1.6.
Yeah. And they played. This is probably one of the biggest crowds that they played in front of as well. There was tons of people in this stadium coming out to support the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee beat UTSA 45-14. This was not a good game at all. But one of the good things that came out of this is you saw some promise from one of your young quarterbacks, backup quarterback here. So maybe that might be your go-to guy, for the rest of the season. Because, I mean, arguably right now, it looks like Frank Harris is going to be dealing with an extended injury. They haven't really said that he's going to be out for the season, but you kind of get that hint, So hopefully they can, still salvage their season and get back into the winning column. But, man, 45-14, they play again next week, or not next week, should I say, the week after they're on a bye. They're going to play October the 7th against Temple. So you have that game coming up. And then UAB, that was always going to be a tough game as well. Yeah. That's going to be on the 14th. So UTSA might be able to get that one against Temple, man. But these are not gimme games anymore as they moved up in their conference. They're going to be moving up there. So, hey.
Yeah. Well, what I will say this, man, about the UTSA situation, and maybe I'm just I find positive in things, but I will say this, a couple of things. Tennessee, playing in front of that kind of crowd, playing in front of out there in Neyland, that's what you want to do, right? You want to be with the big boys. That's what you got to do. And shout out to all the there was a bunch of UTSA Roadrunners that made the trip out there. I saw a picture with a lot of UTSA faithful that went out there. That's awesome. I'll commend the fandom because they went out there. I know my boy Dos Meeps was out there. And they represented.
Was out there, dude. April and Cyril was out there. Yeah.
Yep. April and Cyril was out there. So that's good, right? You have the fans that are traveling. It's becoming like this cult phenomenon in San Antonio, which is a good thing. So now you go to a place like Tennessee. Hey, man, they're a storied franchise, man. You know what I'm saying? So in the evolution of like becoming one, you don't become an Alabama, a Texas. You don't just become that, right? You go through stages. So to me, them going, even though they lost, I got it, but just going and getting the feel and the crowd and all that, it's a good thing in their like genesis of growing as a program. That's how I look at it, right? It's like, again, I'm a boxing guy, so I take this back to boxing. It's like Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo, right? In the grand scheme of things, that loss that Canelo had to Floyd was probably one of the best things because he learned a lot. It didn't hurt him that much. So it's kind of similar to that, right? So UTSA going to a big program like that and losing, I got it. I don't think it wasn't surprising that they lost. Again, how does this all play out with Frank Harris? We don't know, right? It's hard to say. But yeah, the shining light was the kid Owen coming out. His dad was an NFL quarterback, so the kid's born for this, right? He's in his pedigree, so take that positive in it. But I will say, like the way the city has rallied around UTSA is pretty impressive. I will say, I'm a Longhorn guy. I'm a UT guy, right? But anything that's Puro, I'm down for. So that's the positive take, I think, from that.
Yeah. So again, they have another game coming up. They got a bye right now. They'll be playing the week after, and they're going to be facing the Owls, Temple. So good luck to UTSA. Hopefully they can right the ship and get back in the win column here. But it was a good weekend for UT football fans. Yeah. Horns up, go Longhorns. Yeah. Longhorns beat Baylor, man. Baylor ain't who they used to be, man. So they got this one. And they needed this one, 38-6. That just helps Texas kind of maybe stay where they're at or maybe move up in the, AP poll. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. But this was a game that Texas just needed to win in convincing fashion. And they did their job, They went in there and took care of business. What did you think of this game?
Yeah, man. Same thing. I mean, I know Baylor ain't what they used to be, but Baylor's always tough. And then playing in Waco again, you're in enemy territory. They were clicking, man. They were clicking. Everything was rolling. The defense was rolling. Um, you know, quarterback play also yours, man, is looking sharp, man. The kid is looking clean. The dude looks like he's NFL bound, right? We're going to see, they can't have no letdown against Kansas, right? The OU game is always going to be the big one, right? The Red River rivalry. So this is like the highest that they've been ranked in a long time. Sark looks like he's doing, what he needs to do on the sideline. So yeah, man, I was happy. I was impressed. And yeah, hook 'em horns, baby. We got to keep it rolling though.
Yeah, that you do. So we're going to go ahead and stop real quick for an ad read here for our good friend, Chris Leja of MCS General.
Chris Leja. That's the man.
When we come back here, we're going to go ahead and look at the latest standings of the AP College Poll. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leja over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. Yeah, so make sure you give my boy Chris Leja a call here. MCS.
What does he say? What does he say? The hardest.
They have the hardest concrete in the business. It's diamond hard.
No one does it harder than Chris Leja, right?
Chris Leja
is what the word is. So
yeah, 210-774-9155. Make sure you give him a call. I'm sure he's in the chat right now. Let's go ahead and see what he's saying.
Hey, no, but he's a real one. He's a real one. I will say that. Like real talk, he's a real one. He's a G.
There he is. It's just facts, bro. It's just facts. And he says they have the longest, hardest decks in the business.
Hey. Can't you know what I'm saying? Hey, can't argue with facts,
Oh my God, man. Chris cracks me up, dude. He cracks me up.
We gotta host the characters, man. That's what I love about Twitter or just the networks that we have with folks and that we've gotten to meet throughout this time. We got some characters, man, in the crew, man, and it's awesome. And I love meeting people. I hope to meet a lot more, here this next first season. But
yeah, definitely. So let's go ahead and talk about the latest college AP polls. We're going to see who's moved up and who's moved down. Number one, no surprise here. That's Georgia. They're still number one at 4-0, followed by Michigan, 4-0. Texas, 4-0. They're number three right now. At 4, you have Ohio State at 4-0. A lot of 4-0 teams, man.
Yeah.
Florida State's 4-0. Penn State 4-0, man. I saw what they had. They had a video that they showed where they had the whole stadium whited out, dude. That looked awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
Washington is 4-0. They're number 7. USC 4-0. They're number 8. Oregon handedly beat Colorado, man.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
And it doesn't get any easier for Colorado because they got USC next.
Yeah. And they call it USC is number 8. Oregon is number 9 right now. Utah is number 10 right now at 4-0. You have Notre Dame 4-1. They're at 11. You have Alabama, who slipped all the way down to 12. They did move up one slot. They are now 3-1. You have LSU at number 13. That's Jimenez's team right there. They dropped one slot. They are 3-1 right now. Oklahoma, they're at 14 at 4-0. They've moved up 2 slots. North Carolina, they are at 15. Again, they moved up 2 slots. The biggest move of the week here, I'd have to say, is Washington State. They are 4-0 at number 16. They moved up 5 slots in the AP poll. Then you have Duke. Duke's moved up 1 slot in the AP poll at number 17. They are 4-0. Miami is 18 right now at 4-0, moved up 2 slots. Oregon State, 19. They are 3-1 right now. They moved down, and they fell down 5 slots here. Same thing happened with Ole Miss. They are at 20, 3-1. They moved down 5 slots. Tennessee, the Volunteers, moved up 2. In the standings, they are at 21 right now at 3-1. Number 22, you have Florida. They are 3-1. They moved up 3 slots, and the last 3 teams stand pat. They didn't move. They didn't go up or down in either way. Number 23, you have Missouri at 4-0. You have 24, Kansas at 4-0. And at 25, rounding out the AP college poll is Fresno State at number 25. So that is your college AP poll as it stands as of today. Anything in here surprise you a little bit?
I mean, not necessarily, not wholly. I think, those top teams are just kind of, it's going to be interesting to see, with one of these other bottom or middle teams, if they're able to upset any of those top teams. But I think that's pretty on par for where everybody's at. Side note, with UT, their volleyball team is killing it right now too. Shout out to the University of Texas volleyball. They're crushing it. But yeah, man, it's exciting. It's exciting time for college football right now. With the whole Colorado stuff, it's still exciting. It's still fun. Same thing. It's polarizing. People love it. People hate it.
So let's
Oregon,
talk about
Oregon ain't no joke, man. And that coach was ready too. That coach was just as animated about the way he talks to his players.
He wanted to humble Coach Prime and Colorado, and message received, because 42-6, dude, is the final score. Coach Prime and the Colorado, man, they got humbled, in that game. And I saw a video of this before the game. Coach Prime had his players come out on the field, and the players were being disrespectful. They came out and they went to the Oregon logo, and they were, like swiping at it with their feet. It's like, this ain't shit. They walking in like, this is we got this, we're going to just roll this team over. They had that swagger to them, and it's always good to be confident, man. But you know what? You got humbled, man. So you did all that stuff for nothing, man. At the end of the game, Coach Prime, he had something to say. And he's like, a lot of these teams forget that I'm not playing anymore. They're trying to beat me. They're not trying to beat my team. No, bro. They're not only trying to beat your team, they're trying to embarrass your ass too. And that's the thing. I love me some Coach Prime. I love how he's motivational. He's a motivational speaker with his team, being a coach, He's out there and he's getting his team to play, and he knows, they still need some work and they still got things that they got to fix, but he's out there trying to get the best of what he has right now, So I think by him going out there and say, oh, teams are just trying to beat me. They're not just trying to beat you, bro. They're trying to embarrass you, and I think that's the thing that he has to kind of understand what's going to happen every week. When you're a voice and you're very outspoken like that, people feel a certain way about you. It's like the new kid coming in, and they don't like all the attention that Colorado's getting, especially Coach Prime. He has celebrities coming over. He has ESPN over there, and these other schools feel like that's a disrespect. Like, hey, we've been here this whole time. Why aren't we getting that love? So I understand what's happening, but you know what? You got to give credit where credit's due, and I think Coach Prime is doing a great job over in Colorado. Even though they did lose to Oregon, it's not going to get any easier for them. But if he can go ahead and show that they can still stay in this game with USC, even though they might lose, I still think you could take this away. You could take that away as a win if the game is close. What are your thoughts?
No, absolutely, I agree, and that's what I was gonna say. I don't think honestly anyone that knows college football thought that they were going to beat Oregon, right? And I don't think you think they're going to beat USC, but there is. It's, there is this, like, it's how you play the game, yes, wins and losses, but there's something there, right? Like, if you're gonna, you're not on par with an Oregon or a USC, but as long as you play them tough, as long as you're out there, as long as you're making them sweat, you can at least, there is no calling for moral victory, but you go away with something, right? Saying like, hey, at least we're there, we're building. The Prime stuff, it's a double-edged sword, man. Like, you can't make it about you and the celebrity. If it wasn't Prime, there wouldn't be celebrities. There wouldn't be all this hoopla, right? If you take Prime away and everything else is the same with Colorado, it wouldn't be that way. But the other side of that is people are going to be gunning for you, man, right? People are going to come. They're going to want to beat you. They're going to want to humble you. So I think Prime kind of plays into it. I think you can make it work in your favor still and still be motivating. I love it. I'm here for it. Like, I don't mind it. You got to have some swagger to you. You got to have some moxie, right, at that level. But you also got to know when you have that swagger and everything, people are coming for you. And people want to humble you, and people are excited to see you your downfall. So, you got to kind of play your hand that is dealt. But I think Prime's doing it because it's about winning games, but in this day and age, it is about the entertainment and bringing more eyes to the program and all that. Whether you like it or not, that's a fact, right? There's so many players that are good, but being good and having something else is what's going to make you stand out, right? So love it or hate it. Again, we're watching it, we're talking about it. It's in the news cycle, right? But you do got to win. You got to get better, right? All this is for naught if they just keep getting blown out when they play big programs, right? So as long as they improve on this, then they should be fine. But yeah, the kind of stomping on the field and all that kind of stuff. That again, hey, you do that and then you get humbled. It's kind of like, you're giving them a what do they call it? Like material, right, for them to kind of get motivated.
Yeah, exactly. So. And look at Hanover Fist. He said, "What's up, Spurnandez and Joe? What's up, man? Thanks for watching, bro. Appreciate you." And Joshua Jimenez says they're trying to embarrass Prime. The other teams want to make a name for themselves, like the ball dad and his sons. He's talking about LeVar Ball, and he's saying players want Lonzo Ball because of his dad. And that's true, But you can say what you want to about Mr. LeVar Ball there, but you know what? That dude. He's got two of his sons in the NBA making bank, dude. So he's done a hell of a job with his boys, man. Say what you want to about the guy, but he knows how to motivate his boys and get them where they need to be and set them up for success.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and pause real quick while we do another ad read here. We're going to go ahead and give some love to JPAR Real Estate here and our girl Cynthia J. Sanchez. JPAR Real Estate has been a proud sponsor of ours since day one. Check out Cynthia J. Sanchez. Her reviews can't be wrong because all of the people that she sells homes to, they give her 5 stars and say that she is prompt, that she is understanding, that she communicates well, that she calls back, that she answers questions correctly. And yes, they say that she is good at what she does. If you are in the market to buy a home, sell a home, whether it be a rental property, primary residence, or Airbnb, reach out to Cynthia J. Sanchez from JPAR Real Estate. Her number is 210-273-0748. She has 16 years of experience in real estate and is a former claims adjuster with USAA. So she knows what she's looking for when she's showing you those pre-owned homes. Give Cynthia J. Sanchez a call at 210-273-0748 for all your real estate needs. Yeah, so make sure you give Cynthia J. Sanchez a call if you're looking to sell a home, buy a home, or even get into a rental property, maybe rent it out as an Airbnb. She's your gal. Make sure you give her a call, 210-273-0748. So as we go ahead and start getting, the wind down now of the show, because I'm leaving the best for last, we're going to get into some boxing talk right here. Yeah. But before we get into that boxing talk, let's go ahead and show some video, man, of our very own Victor Wembanyama, dude.
Puro Wemby. Puro Wemby, el pinche alien cowboy.
Dude, he just so proved cool, right man. There. He's one of us.
That's so cool.
He's one of us, bro. He comes out and he's mingling with the gente, vato. And
that's
he's at
really
the
cool, man.
Southtown 101, which is the home of Pub Sports Radio. Shout out to our guy out there, Jeff Slaughter, doing his thing. But he went out there to take a picture in front of the mural. He signed the mural that was. This is from video. Yeah, this video is courtesy of Colton Valentine. He's the actual artist who did the mural.
So, I met him before too. He's a cool cat too. He's a really cool guy. I met him at the mural. Actually, I went to the mural and I met him there, and I saw Wemby was interviewing him, and that's so cool, man. Like, I mean, I love it, man. The whole thing. They've been going all over San Antonio, right? The team, they're playing a ball under the 35, and they're doing the ping pong. Like, it's so cool, man. Like, it's cool to see them out and about the city, man.
I'm like, damn.
Hey, that dude Colton, man, he does a lot of art all around the town.
Oh,
that's not the only thing he does, man. That dude has a lot of amazing pieces all over the city, man. He's a very talented artist. He's a very talented artist.
He is, man, and it's great to see him getting some love out there for his work. He's getting recognized.
Yeah, no.
Victor Wembanyama coming out there to doing a little interview. It looks like this is probably going to be a featurette on an upcoming Spurs I don't know if they're going to use it as far as social media, or they're going to put it
I think
inside the arena.
they're probably going to do I know they're looking at doing some kind of fan thing for the season opener on TNT. Yeah. I know our boy Mark was talking about that. So that might be part of that. That might be what it is. It might be something with fans all over the city with Victor Wembanyama. So it's super cool, man. I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah, it's exciting.
I love that he comes out and he's wanting to be one of us. He wants to, mingle with the gente, dude. And this is different because you don't see a lot of that happening. And you look, he didn't need an entourage of people. He didn't have to take all his boys with him. He didn't have to take a number of his teammates with him. He just went out there and it's like, what's up? Hey, man, I want to interview you.
No Brittany in sight. So we're good.
So I'm like, dude, I like Victor, man. He's even wearing, like you said, bro, he's wearing the cowboy hat.
That's cool. That's super cool. Yeah, he's going to transcend everything, from international publicity to national to local. Like just he's going to boost the economy. Like I'm telling you, it's going to be something else. It's going to be something out of this world, pun intended.
Yeah, man. So I was really excited to see that, man. And I even had that as the headline. This proves that Victor Wembanyama, he's one of us. He's no longer the Frenchman.
Yeah.
They were saying in Tim Gonzalez, he's a Texas boy now.
Hey,
he came to San Antonio.
French raza, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to get some French raza going. We got to get him a grito or something, bro. We got to get him doing a grito, something like that, bro. That's the goal. But that's awesome, man. The city's embracing him. He's embracing the city. I'm telling you, they said that no star wants to come to San Antonio. Nobody. I'm telling you, he's going to change all that. He's embracing it. He's loving it. So yeah,
he loves the city, and more importantly, doing things like this. He's proving that he loves the people, man. Absolutely. He's a man of the people. He is. Very humble guy, man. To just sit down at the bar and chop it up with just the people, man. Just walk around, have a little drink, you know,
and a little mocktail. Have a little mocktail, right? Have a little virgin pina colada or something,
I mean, bro, Christopher Leja was showing this, dude, and they had some freaking. Of course, it was a Houston Rockets fan. I'm not gonna give that guy any attention.
I know. Don't even give him no. Yeah, don't give him no.
I saw that.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I was waiting for that. The sad thing about all this is, as soon as I saw that picture, that's where my mind went. I said, watch, somebody's going to turn this into something negative. And unfortunately, that's what our society does. And on Twitter and social media, anything, someone can turn something into negative. And I already knew. The first thing I did when I saw him sitting there, I said, watch, someone's going to turn this into, well, he's not even 21. Like, really, dog? Like, the kid is just sitting there. There's no drink in front of him. He's talking, he's chilling, he's having a good time. But of course, just like trolls do, someone always has to turn something negative. So.
And the guy that's coming out here saying all this nonsense, he has like 884 followers. You're like, tell me you're thirsty without telling me you're thirsty. You're going to say outrageous shit because you want to get those likes.
And of course, it's Houston, dog. We already know, bro. It's the Houston Rockets fans, dog. So
we already know how that goes. To make a name for himself as a journalist.
Of course.
I was saying outrageous shit. Like, just be a good person, man. Good things will happen. You'll get your following. You don't have to do that, Yeah. But Houston, man, Houston's gonna Houston, bro. These fans are wild, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, we got to mob it out there to one of the games.
This is the funny thing, though, that's funny to me. Houston fans talk a lot of noise, dude, when they're out here on Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. And the Houston fans and even the San Antonio Spurs fans, they go back and forth, taking low blows at each other's cities and everything. And but the funny thing is, when you go to the arena, right? You go to the arena as a San Antonio Spurs fan.
Yeah,
you have Rockets fans that come up to you and give you love and respect. Yeah, it's mutual respect out there. It's like,
absolutely,
regardless of what all these people are saying on Twitter, when you're there in person, it's a totally different vibe.
You know what? And that's a very good point, because Steph and I were in Houston last December for a game, and I got nothing but love from Houston fans. It was friendly banter, chatting back and forth. And I've been to a bunch of away games, and 9 times out of 10, whether it's in LA, Golden State, Phoenix, Atlanta, I've always had good experiences with away fans. People on Twitter behind a keyboard or whatever, yeah, it's easy to talk trash or whatever. But honestly, like in person, like I've had nothing but good experiences usually with away fans, and I try to do the same. Like we can friendly talk trash, but like it don't got to get to the point where you're fighting each other, right? We've seen that crazy stuff with like in football stadiums. But yeah, you're right. 9 times out of 10, people on Twitter just like to talk, but when you see them in person, it's whatever. But yeah, so shout out to the opposing fans, man. It's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a fun season this year.
You wind up going to a Houston game, especially if it's like on a weekend.
Yeah,
let's load up the caravan, bro.
Let's do it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, let's do it. Let's do it. I think we should. I think we should get a Twitter mob together from the Spurs fans and roll up to Houston, get a whole section. There's already a bunch of Spurs fans there. When Steph and I went last year, I saw a group of Spurs fans that were out there, and I linked up with them. So, yeah.
Gotta rally the troops.
Yep. The Necios assemble, right? Necios assemble.
Hey, man, we're going to have a shirt, though. That's going to have to be made Puro Raza,
Oh, we're gonna keep it. We get Bear County on that. It's easy day. We get Dak on that, someone like that. That's easy for them, bro. We do it. I say we do it. Yeah, I say we do it.
And like I said, man, I could carry at least three in my vehicle right here. So let's do it, dude. Let's do it.
I'm down.
Hey, so let's go ahead and start talking about our last Christopher Lea. Puro Necios gang. Ya sabes.
Necios assemble, baby. Necios assemble.
I don't know if Steph's ready for all the Necios together, dude.
Oh man. Hey, she holds her own, bro. She holds her own. Trust me. Let me tell you, she holds her own.
She's gonna have her hands full trying to keep somebody from fighting,
Yeah, I mean that's true. She holds her own. She'll go me vida loca on somebody too. So don't let the pretty face fool you.
No doubt, dude. No doubt. She can hold her own, bro. So let's go ahead and start talking about some boxing talk right here, because I know we have a big humongous fight coming up on Saturday, bro.
Absolutely.
We have Canelo, a super Mexican himself, Puro Pinche Canelo, dude. And Canelo, he needs to win this one convincingly, in my eyes, to show that he still has it, because this last fight that he had in his hometown of Mexico, dude, smaller ring and everything, he just didn't have his best showing, dude. He didn't look himself. He looked a little sluggish. I don't know if he was hurt. There was something else going on, but he didn't look very Canelo-like. And I'm hoping that this next fight that he's having against another opponent, let's be honest, it is not going to be a star-studded opponent, I mean, he give respect to the dude himself, but this should be an easy one for Canelo, and I'm being easy, meaning he should look more like himself, I mean, I hope he does, but if he doesn't, you think the age is starting to catch up with him? What are your thoughts?
I mean, first of all, the whole card is good. Let me start there. It's going to be a really good card.
You
got our boy Mario Barrios, San Antonio's own, and they're against Ugas. That's going to be a good one. Kid on there that's making a pro debut, Mayweather. That'd be good. But anyway, I mean, so Charlo's solid. Charlo's a slick dude. I mean, the dude's a champion. The dude's no pushover. He is coming up in weight, so that's something that I think will be a detriment to Charlo. But Charlo's a solid fighter. He's slick. I mean, and yeah, dude, listen, Canelo's been in so many super fights, right? And it does take a toll on you after a while. We've seen, if you watch boxing, you've seen it happen even to, the great Julio Cesar Chavez. We've seen it happen to Pacquiao. We've seen it happen even to Floyd at the end of his career. He started to slip a little bit, and it happens. So Canelo's been in so many big fights that it could be catching up to him a little bit. He's on the tail end of maybe he's going to start, a little bit of dip from his prime. But I think Canelo still has it. And you're right, he hasn't looked that solid. Or he didn't look that great in his last outing, but that's why I hope he does have a big, convincing, hopefully a stoppage. Charlo's not an easy dude to stop, so I think if Canelo stops Charlo, that'll be pretty impressive. Charlo trains out of Houston. Like I said, dude's solid. Dude can box, he can move, he has some skills. I think he might, use that early, but I think Canelo starts to break him down, maybe hopefully stop him like in the 10th or so. But yeah, we want to see an impressive, Canelo performance.
I also want to see an impressive performance by one Mario Barrios, dude. And I saw him, man, and I criticized the guy because he just didn't look very good in his last 2 fights. You know, I'm hoping that he's going to go ahead and turn that around. I think he's hungry. He's been working really hard. He just had an interview that I saw last night on KSAT 12, and I'm rooting for him, man. He has ties here to the San Antonio area. He does do a lot of his workouts and training over in Cali, you know, but he's still a San Antonio product. You got to go ahead and cheer for the San Antonio boy here. Give him some love and support. And I saw him putting on the Spurs hat.
I agree. It's tough though. Ugas is a tough dude. Ugas is a tough dude, right? Ugas has been in the ring with Spence. He's been in the ring with Pacquiao. The dude is tough. Ugas is probably favored. I'm not too sure. But it's also a crossroads fight. So Ugas had got beaten up pretty bad in his last outing with the Spence. So it's a crossroad fight. You know, Barrios, I think, has a chance to win this. I think he got to use his reach and his height. He's a tall fighter with good reach, but I'm telling you, man, that Puro comes out in him and he wants to go to war, wants to go to brawl. And I mean, he was giving Tank some trouble. He was giving Tank some fits. Yeah. He was giving Tank some fits with his height and his reach, but he started wanting to go to war with Tank, and you just can't do that. So I hope Mario Barrios pulls it out, man. I really do. It's going to be an interesting fight. Like I said, Ugas is a top-level opponent. He's a top-level fighter. So
I think the next thing
this is a crossroads fight. One of them moves on to maybe another shot at a belt, and the other one, it could be done after that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Barrios just needs to work more on his technique. You know, he is a boxer, and like you said, he still likes to get called out in the middle of the ring and start duking it out. I think he just needs to learn to control that. He needs to be very methodical in his attacks. He needs to play to his strengths. And I think if you can do that and you combine that with his workout, you know, ethic that he has with his training staff, and, you know, they can get his cardio and stamina and all that where it needs to be, I think he has the tools to go ahead and be a really great boxer. But he's just got to learn to control his tendencies at the end of the day. I think that's what kind of gets him in trouble. Like you said, he's still got that hood in him, dude. So he wants to duke it out in the middle of the ring. Like, don't do that, doggy. That's not your strong suit, you know? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the fight, man.
But I will say, man, that fight might end up stealing the show. That fight might end up stealing the show.
I think it could, man. The one thing though is I'm not going to be able to see the fight, and that's what's killing me, bro. I think I'm going to try to follow it here and there.
Really?
I'm going to be at a wedding. My boy Noah Magarro George, he's going to be getting married on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Who gets married on a Canelo fight, man? Who gets married? No,
he's had that already. He already had that all planned out, bro.
He probably had it planned before the fight.
Man.
I hear you.
So I
got you, man. Hey, maybe you could find it or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know where to go. So I'm going to be trying to watch that, you know. So I'm going to be out there and, you know, wishing him the best on the next chapter in his life here. So I'm going to be driving up there near the Dallas-Fort Worth area with the wife, you know, over the weekend, 4.5 hours, something like that. Go up there and then check that out and then drive back home afterwards, you know. But I'm going to try to keep my eye on what's going on.
I'm sure you'll catch something.
Yeah, but hey, man, shout out to Showtime, man. They've been putting on some really good cards, dude. Really good stuff, man. And especially now that Canelo's moved away from DAZN. DAZN is now like one of the up-and-comers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, hey, again, follow at Real Spurnandez, dog. I'll be giving you the round-around updates, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll be giving you the round-around on what's going on in the fight. So definitely, I'll be providing that on Real Spurnandez on Twitter, on X, Saturday night. So live round-by-round updates.
Yeah, no doubt. So make sure you go and follow Spurnandez, dude. And if you haven't followed him already, I'm going to go ahead and pull up your profile here so they can go check you out and see where they can follow you.
I lost you, bro. You're frozen.
I'm here now. You can probably see me. Can you see me? Am I good now? You're frozen on your end. Let me go ahead and share this so you can see where to go ahead and follow Spurnandez here. Follow him on Twitter. There's his profile.
There it is, right there.
Real
the
Spurnandez.
Man, the myth, the legend, the infamous. Yeah, I added the infamous because that's what you say. So
you need to, man. You need to. So there you go.
It's my pin tweet, man. My pin tweet is the controversial one. Yeah, you can. if you're a new follower, I'll tell you the story about my pin tweet later. The Kawhi, the infamous Kawhi tweet.
I remember that from back in the day, dude. That was a lot of fun. It was funny to me, man. Everybody gets triggered about that.
Yeah, bro, I got death threats, dog.
I believe it.
I'm not trying to be a dramatic or nothing. I legit got people DMing me death threats, talking about I hope your son dies of cancer. A guy told me that. Man. A guy told me I'm gonna kick your ass back to Guadalajara. I've never been to Guadalajara, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, it was crazy, man. It was wild. I was getting so many DMs, and people are like, "You're a horrible father, and you're a loser," and all this stuff. But it is what it is. So hey, thanks, Jason Garcia, for the follow, bro. Yeah, I'll get you back, bro.
I was gonna say, there you go, man. Hey, man, before I let you go here, I'm gonna go ahead and play the last ad read of the, for this episode of the Alamo City Sportscast here. Serenity Manor is an events venue located at 14405 Old Bandera Road, across from Flores Country Store, set in a historic building that is over 100 years old. You can have a baby shower, bridal showers, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, corporate events, weddings. There's an indoor and outdoor venue with a dance floor and a sand volleyball court out in the back, set under the shade of the trees, and there is beautiful lighting in the evenings. Serenity Manor is a very beautiful place that is very family-oriented, and they have rotating Thursday nights. They have karaoke and game nights. They also have a bar that serves beer, wine, and margaritas. So after a concert at Flores Country Store, you can go over, diagonal across the street, catty corner, grab a beer, get away from the crowd, and check out the beautiful Serenity Manor. Yeah, so make sure you go and check out Serenity Manor. Again, they are located at 14405 Old Bandera Road. And like we say, you can always go and check them out. They are catty corner, right across the street from Flores Country Store. So after a concert, you can go over there and grab a beer. Maybe go ahead and get your wife or your Heine, a little bit of something to drink, maybe a wine, maybe some champagne for Steph, before you had a little nightcap and head home, So go ahead and check them out and give them some love. All right, man. So as we go ahead and bring the show to an end here, Spurnandez, I want to thank you for joining me once again, being a gracious guest here, and make sure you go and follow him, give him some love on Twitter. Anything else you want to say here in closing, man?
Nah, man, that's it. I appreciate you having me. It's always a good time. And hey, stay puro out there, man. Stay puro, Sananto.
Yeah, stay, man. Hey, man, I look forward to seeing you out here when you come in October, checking out one of the Spurs games. We're going to have to link up.
I'll be there. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm in San Diego right now, my second home, but I will be out there for the season or the preseason home opener and the home opener on the 25th. So I'll be in October. I'll be out in San Antonio in October. But we'll link up. I would love to meet up with folks up at the Spurs games. That'd be a good time.
Yeah, we'll even have Jimenez come over.
We gotta roast that guy, man. We gotta
keep him roasted like a rotisserie chicken, dude. Just keep him going.
That be spitting, bro. That's a favorite pastime of people in San Antonio, to roast Jimenez.
Roast Jimenez, dude. All right, man. Well, thank you so much again for joining us and being a guest here on the Alamo City Sportscast. We'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out. Peace.